got a smile.
It's the back of her head.
Do you tense up when a cyclist is on the shoulder of the road that you're driving on? I know that I do. Cyclists and vehicles share the public roadways of Oregon. They're in cities, on highways, on back roads, and even on the streets. As a beginning driver myself, I see cyclists on the road almost every single day. I have to be very aware, and in Lincoln City, driving with cyclists on the road where there aren't any bike lanes is very stressful and dangerous, as opposed to driving in the cities where bike lanes are very prominent and set apart. In a perfect world, there would be room for cyclists and vehicles on the roadways in each their own space. However, in reality, that's usually not the case. More often than not, you find yourself sharing a lane of traffic with a bicyclist which is very frustrating and dangerous when you can't go the speed limit. This is why cyclists with vehicles in close proximity is dangerous. The first thing that I'd like to talk about is that bicyclists need a safe place to ride. According to bikeportland.org, on November 19, 2015, a Lane County deputy killed a cyclist. She was wearing dark clothing and was outside of the bike lane. Both of these things are legal in Oregon, but they're very dangerous and need to be taken care of. She should have had a bike lane that she could drive on so that going into the middle of the road to avoid the short shoulder wouldn't have been a part of the accident. Cyclists are required to have safety precautions according to Oregon.gov. They have to have a visible white light from 500 feet in the front and a red light or reflector from 600 feet in the rear. Parked vehicles are also very dangerous to cyclists. They can be hit by an opening car door very easily. They also can't go too far into the lane of traffic where the moving cars are, but they also have to keep a safe distance from the parked cars to avoid the opening doors. ODOT Cycle Manual says, "Always ride with traffic, you'll ride longer." Just this simple quote shows just how dangerous cycling is. The second thing that I'd like to talk about is that Oregon is short on funds for their roadways. The highway fund is losing fuel tax income. This is a significant decline. Because of better gas mileage, and with the hybrid and electric cars not using gas anymore, the decline has been very significant. ODOT is projecting a fall of $500 million by 2020 as compared to 2009. A new system called ORIGO is 1.5 cents per miles traveled tax versus a flat fuel tax, which is in place right now. Regardless of the fuel used, every car will contribute to the fund. According to pedbikeinfo.org, the average cost of a bike lane per mile is $133,170. According to calgarysun.com, in 2010, just Portland alone invested $613 million into bike commuting. ODOT says the highway conditions in Oregon are very poor and will affect the economy. The current budget for state highway system won't sustain the annual upkeep or new roads that need to be made. New budget is being proposed, but they're not sure how this will turn out. The tax from bikes would help. To maintain a paved road for vehicles, it is $30,000 per mile a year, according to Mackenzie River Reflections newspaper. Cyclists need to pay taxes for their specific roadways. Wisconsin has proposed a bike tax, which is a one-time fee, $25 registration fee, with initial purchase of the bike. The proceeds will be about $7 million for over 2 years in the transportation fund. This not only includes bike lanes, but it also includes roadways for cars as well. This one-time fee would be the best, according to Oregon, who has just passed the Senate Bill 177 for a one-time fee for cyclists. This mandate license is for everyone 18 years and older who owns a bike. It is a $10 fee, but there is a $250 penalty if not paid. Some people may not appreciate this because they may not want to ride their bikes on a public roadway. They're still being charged a $10 fee. Instead, I think that there should be a registration fee that's required if a cyclist wants to be on a public roadway, just like the vehicles. This tax could be paid for could also pay for bike safety programs at schools, according to OregonLive.com. It is not just used for bike lanes, but greenways and bicycle tracks as well. In conclusion, because of dangers of cycling and expenses of bicycle lanes, cyclists should have to pay for their roadways. Please sign this online petition to have cyclists pay a licensing fee to ride their bikes on a public road. Go to www.change.org and look up taxes on cyclists in Oregon to sign this petition. Cyclists paying for their own roadways through tax will help benefit the general safety of cyclists and vehicles on all roadways, along with helping to pay for the cost of their lanes. Thank you.